Breathe out very slowly. Let your body sink into the softness beneath you. Let the sounds of the modern world, the distant traffic, the buzz of a refrigerator, the faint glow of a phone, fade away until they are nothing but a memory. You are safe. You are still. And I am going to take you now, not on a loud or hurried journey, but on a quiet, gentle drift down a wide, calm river. We are going to spend a single peaceful day in ancient Egypt. Now, the title of tonight's story might make you smile. Why wouldn't you last a day? Let us discover this very gently, with affection and quiet humor. Not because anything frightening awaits. No. But because the world we are about to enter is so deeply connected to the sun, the river, and the rich, dark earth, that a modern body might find it all a little different. It is a world without alarm clocks, without faucets, and without a single electrical hum. It is a world that moves at the pace of a drifting falcon, a growing reed, and the slow, majestic crawl of the sun god Ra across the sky. Imagine you are waking now, not to a digital beep, but to a sound far more ancient. It is not the crow of a rooster, but the soft, persistent cooing of doves nesting in the mud brick wall of your home. The sky outside, still visible through the small high window, is a wash of the palest, softest gray. It is the last breath of the night. You are lying on a simple bed. The frame is made of woven reeds and it is strung with ropes. On top of the ropes rests a mattress, stuffed with soft, dried river grass. It rustles gently when you move. It smells of hay and a faint, sweet, dusty scent of the earth. Your head rests on a curved wooden headrest, not a pillow. It is smooth and cool against your neck. It looks to modern eyes impossibly uncomfortable, and yet your spine is perfectly straight, and your neck feels surprisingly cool and rested. You rise slowly, your bare feet touching the floor. The floor is not wood or stone, but hard-packed earth, smoothed over many years. It is cool and slightly sandy under your toes. The walls around you are made of mud brick, a mixture of Nile mud and straw, dried by the sun. They are painted a soft, warm white, and they feel solid, quiet, and deeply protective. You walk to the doorway. There is no door, just a simple linen curtain that stirs very gently in the morning breeze. You push it aside and step out into the cool, fresh air. The first thing you notice is the smell. It is a rich, complex, and deeply natural perfume. You can smell the clean, green scent of the river just a short walk away. You can smell the sweet, earthy scent of the floodplain, the dark, fertile soil that gives life to everything. And you can smell the faint, warm, nutty aroma of emmer wheat being baked into bread in a nearby clay oven. Your first gentle task of the day is to wash. You walk down a small, dusty path towards the river. The mud is cool and soft under your feet. The air is completely still except for the gentle, rhythmic chirping of crickets and the distant lowing of cattle. You reach the bank of the Nile. The river is impossibly calm and wide. The water is a dark, quiet blue-gray in the early light. A thin mist hangs just above the surface, glowing very softly. You step into the shallows. The water is cool but not cold. It is the exact temperature of a comforting blanket. You scoop up a handful of the silty water and splash it on your face. It feels smooth and incredibly refreshing. The mud between your toes is soft and yielding, a gentle, natural massage. You walk back to your home, feeling clean and awake. The sun is just beginning to reach its golden fingers over the eastern desert cliffs. The sky is turning from gray to a brilliant, hopeful blue. Inside, your morning meal is simple and already prepared. A flat, round loaf of bread, still slightly warm from the clay oven. It is made from emmer wheat, and it is dense and nutty with a slightly chewy texture. You dip it in a small bowl of cool, fresh, unfiltered beer. This is not the strong beer of a modern pub. It is a thick, cloudy, slightly sour drink, full of nutrients. It is the daily drink of the people of the Nile. You also eat a few small, sweet dates. Their flesh is soft and intensely sugary. This is your fuel for the morning. It is simple, it is humble, but it is deeply, honestly satisfying. There is no coffee to jolt you awake. There is just the slow, steady energy of the earth. The day's work begins. You are a simple farmer of the floodplain. You gather your tools, a simple wooden hoe and a woven basket. You walk back down to the river. The sun is now fully risen, and its light is a brilliant, clear gold. The heat is already starting to build, a gentle, comforting warmth on your bare shoulders. You wear only a simple linen loincloth called a shendet. The linen is soft, light, and wonderfully cool. Today your task is to irrigate the fields. You use a Shaduf. This is a beautiful, simple, and ancient machine. It is a long, wooden pole balanced on a crossbeam, with a heavy counterweight of dried mud on one end and a leather bucket on the other. You stand at the edge of the irrigation canal and you pull the rope to lower the bucket into the water below. You feel the gentle weight of the water filling it. Then, using the counterweight to help you, you lift the heavy, dripping bucket up to the level of your field and pour it into the network of small, muddy channels. The water spreads out with a soft, gurgling sigh, soaking into the dark, thirsty soil where the young barley is growing. You repeat this again and again, not in a frantic, hurried rhythm, but in a slow, steady, almost meditative pace. Lower, fill, lift, pour. Your muscles stretch and work in the warm sun. The only sounds are the gentle splash of the water, the soft rhythmic creak of the wooden pole, and the distant melodic call of a bird you cannot see. As the morning reaches its height, the sun becomes strong and unrelenting. The air shimmers with heat. And so you stop. The hottest hours of the day are not for work. They are for rest. You walk to the shade of a small grove of date palms and acacia trees by the riverbank. Here the air is cool and still. You sit down on the soft, sandy earth, your back against the rough, gray trunk of a palm tree. The view before you is one of profound, timeless peace. The wide, blue river flows quietly by. A pure white heron stands perfectly still in the shallows, its elegant neck curved in a silent, patient pose. The reeds along the bank whisper and rustle in the faintest breeze. You close your eyes for a moment. The shade is a profound, quiet relief. You drink some water from a simple clay pot. It tastes cool and slightly earthy. Your midday meal is just as simple. More bread, a few dried fish from the river, and a crisp, watery, cucumber-like vegetable. The flavors are simple, clean, and pure. There is no midday rush. There is no deadline. There is only the sun, the shade, the gentle lapping of the water, and the quiet company of watching a dragonfly hover silently over the reeds. As the sun begins its gentle descent, the heat loosens its grip and the world comes alive again. The golden light turns the desert cliffs on the far side of the river from pale sand into a breathtaking, deep rose pink. This is the magic hour. You return to your work, but with a slower, gentler pace. You might walk further along the riverbank to check on a stand of wild papyrus. The papyrus plant is a gift. Its thick green triangular stalks grow tall and dense. You will cut some later in the week to make rope or sandals, or perhaps even a sheet of paper. For now, you simply run your hand over the smooth, cool stalk and appreciate its quiet, silent strength. You might walk to the edge of the village where an artisan is working. A carpenter is shaping a piece of wood with a small bronze adze. The sound is a soft, rhythmic scraping. A potter is turning a wheel with his foot, his hands gently forming a beautiful, perfectly round clay bowl from a lump of the same Nile mud you were walking on this morning. And from a nearby courtyard, you hear the gentle, rhythmic creak and clack of a wooden loom. A weaver is making fine, beautiful linen cloth. These are not factories. They are quiet, open-air workshops where beautiful, useful things are created with patient, loving hands. The air is filled with the gentle, peaceful sounds of human creativity. As dusk begins to settle, you return home. The sky is a breathtaking painting of soft orange, lavender, and deep velvety blue. The sun, a perfect, brilliant sphere of molten gold, sinks slowly behind the palm trees. You take a small amulet made of blue-glazed faience from a niche in your wall and touch it quietly. It is a simple, private gesture of thanks for the safety of the day and a request for a peaceful night. The amulet is cool in your hand. The evening meal is the most peaceful of all. You sit outside your house, on the still, warm, mud-brick step, with a bowl of thick, hearty lentil stew. It is flavored with garlic and cumin and tastes deeply, honestly of the earth. The sound of laughter drifts from a neighbor's courtyard. Someone is playing a simple, melodic tune on a reed flute. The air is now cool. The stars begin to appear, one by one, like shy diamonds. The only artificial light is the soft, dancing orange glow of a small oil lamp inside your house. There is no television. There is no phone. There is no electricity at all. And so, as the deep, profound darkness of the desert night wraps itself around the village, the only thing to do is to sleep. You lie down on your simple bed in the quiet. Cool darkness, perhaps up on the roof under the infinite, glittering spray of the Milky Way. The only sounds are the soft, rhythmic chirping of crickets and the gentle, ancient whisper of the Nile flowing steadily by. The air is cool. The world is quiet. You feel a deep physical tiredness from a day of simple, honest labor. Your mind is calm. There is nothing to worry about. There is only the profound, peaceful certainty that tomorrow the sun will rise again over the quiet, sacred land of Egypt. And so, as you drift now in your own soft, warm bed, let the quiet images of that day by the river wash over you. The cool water on your face, the warm, nutty taste of emmer bread, the gentle creak of the Shaduf, the profound, restful silence of a world lit only by stars. You are safe. You are warm. You are at peace. Rest now, like a heron in the cool reeds, under the quiet, watchful gaze of the ancient Nile.